Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 11 starts now.
A wild scene in the middle of rush hour traffic. A high-speed chase leads to a violent crash in Dearborn. Tonight, we're getting new information since we first brought you the story as it was breaking earlier this afternoon on Local 4 News at 5. Good to have you with us at 11. I'm Devin Skillian.
I'm Kimberly Gill. We've learned the chase started this afternoon on Michigan Avenue near Outer Drive. It came to a violent end at Michigan and Oakwood Boulevard. That's where Pamela Osborne is live. Pam, what are you learning?
Well, that accident closed down this intersection for hours, and the people inside of that stolen vehicle, they were all teenagers.
High speed. The crash was like something an explosion.
A car, a minivan, and a truck collided at the intersection of Oakwood Boulevard and Michigan Avenue in Dearborn this afternoon.
And I just see a whole bunch of police chasing down the car. So
Starsha Verner was walking to grab a bite to eat when a police chase stopped her in her tracks. Dearborn Heights police say their officers tried to stop the silver car at nearby Michigan Avenue and Outer Drive. The driver took off, crashing into two other drivers in the city of Dearborn. Despite how it looks, the chase didn't end there.
That's when the driver of the smashed up vehicle got out the car, ran up the street, and then next thing I know, other officers coming from all directions got on top of the car. They had their guns out and they was, hold your hands up, hold your hands up, hold your hands up.
The 5 people who were in the silver car were arrested. 2 of them were transported to an area hospital. When police searched the stolen car, they discovered a 9mm handgun with an extended magazine and a taser. The suspects range in age from 15 to 18 years old. In addition to those 2 teenagers who were transported to the hospital, the driver of both of those other vehicles were also injured. We're told all of their injuries non-life threatening. Reporting live tonight in Dearborn, I'm Pamela Osborne, Local 4.
Okay, Pam, thanks.
$19 million. That is how much the city of Highland Park owes in water bills. City officials tonight alerting the governor's office that paying that unpaid bill could trigger a financial emergency. If Highland Park was forced to pay $19 million right now, taxpayers would see their property tax bills increase threefold. The city's decision to alert the governor under Public Act 436 opens up a number of options. Mara McDonald live in Highland Park right now. Mara, one of those options would be bankruptcy.
Sure would, Devin. The other possibility, an emergency manager. Essentially, it opens up some opportunities here. Take a look.
Highland Park's water woes have been more than a decade in the making. The city had its own water treatment plant, but its water quality was so poor it had to be shut down in 2012. It then went on Detroit Water, which later became the Great Lakes Water Authority, or GLEWA, which is a regional entity. Non-payment of bills has been a problem for years. Now, after the Michigan Supreme Court ruled, the bill has finally come due.
The city of Highland Park requires an expedited response to this council resolution before GLEWA places the levy on the tax rolls.
Tonight at a special meeting, the City Council is invoking Public Act 436, alerting the governor's office it is in financial distress and asking for a review.
You just don't take people money and just say okay and don't give no explanation. That's not right and it's not fair.
Very few people attended tonight's special meeting, and to be clear, what the council is doing is trying to get state intervention before GLEWA does put those $19 million in arrears on the tax rolls.
The public does have a right to know at least the meat and potatoes of what's going on. They were given nothing tonight, and you see how they walked out of here. They walked out of here extremely mad, extremely upset because they don't know what's going on.
If the governor finds a financial emergency, it can include appointing an emergency financial manager, declaring bankruptcy, or allowing an appropriation from Lansing to cover some or all of what's owed.
We'd like them to take a look at our circumstances. That's the best that we can hope for.
Back here live to put all of this into some sort of context for you. City Council says that Highland Park generates about $9 million a year in tax revenue. The U.S. Census Bureau says that 40% of the people who live here live in poverty. Is it likely that the governor would find an emergency or a financial emergency here? Sure does. The real question is, what does Lansing do about it? We're live in Highland Park tonight. I'm Mara McDonald, Local 4.
Pretty volatile question right now. All right, Mara. Vigils are underway across Louisville, Kentucky tonight after a mass shooting rocked the community and, yet again, the country. Tonight, more calls for answers to gun violence after the latest deadly attack.
A 25-year-old bank employee opened fire at his workplace, killing 5 people and injuring 8 others. The shooting happened during a morning employee meeting. The gunman was killed by police after a shootout with officers. Investigators say the shooter wanted even more people to see the deadly rampage.
I will state this, that the suspect was live streaming, and unfortunately that's tragic to know that that incident was out there and captured. And so we're hopeful that we can have that incident removed, that footage removed.
Tonight, cleanup is underway at the bank as crews sweep up debris and board up the place.
New at 11, a Detroit man in custody tonight for a disturbing assault this afternoon in Monroe County. Sheriff's office says the 32-year-old physically and sexually assaulted an 80-year-old man at the Michigan Welcome Center on I-75 in Monroe Township. Witnesses stepped in, but the man ran off to a vehicle parked on the shoulder of I-75. Deputies pursued him into Toledo, where police there arrested him. He's now awaiting extradition back to Michigan.
All right, now to a Local 4 News update. A guilty plea from one of the men charged in the murder of Egypt Covington. The Van Buren Township woman was found bound by Christmas lights and shot in the head inside her home. This was back in June of 2017. The guilty plea from Shane Evans just weeks before being sentenced on second-degree murder charges. 2 other men, Shandon Groom and Timothy Moore, also face charges.
Detroit man is accused of burying his dog alive. Prosecutors say Jacob Casper buried his dog in the backyard of his home on Evans Street near Spring Wells and I-75 in southwest Detroit. The dog was surrendered to animal control, but later had to be euthanized because of its injuries. Casper is charged with the killing and torturing of animals and animal cruelty.
Another twist in the battle over an abortion pill that became the focal point of the abortion debate last Friday. The Justice Department is appealing a Texas court ruling that would halt the approval of the most commonly used method of abortion in the U.S. The drug, mifepristone, is approved by the FDA and has been widely available for more than 20 years. The appeal comes just days after the Texas court ruling. It is likely the case will end up in the U.S. Supreme Court.
Graduate student instructors at the University of Michigan are going to remain on strike. A Washtenaw County judge ruled that the strike can continue. University was seeking an injunction to force the graduate workers back to the job. They have been on strike now since March 29th, demanding better pay and better safety in the workplace.